Hi guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Today I am riding Witty. This was our second ride at the barn, and I didn't really want to ride because it was just so hot and humid, but she hadn't been ridden in about a week, and it was just a short ride for maybe 30 minutes.
Nope, not your stall. I'm sorry. I know you love your stall, but you can't live in it. You gotta live outside. It's better for you. I swear. Back up. Back. Come on. What is up with you in that corner? Why do you like it so much? Oh, Witty. What? Oh yeah. Let's go get some stuff.
So while I fast forward through me running around getting these pulls, let's just talk about the craziness of all this. So we moved right now about a month ago, but when I filmed this video, it was about a week prior. I had ridden her the day after we moved for about 5 minutes just to see how she was with the indoor since she hadn't been in one for months. And then I rode her here. It was just such a hot and humid week. I didn't want to work her a lot, but she feels best when in work, so we did the indoor arena, and then I made sure we did a proper cool down, and she ended up getting a whole bath, but that is a totally separate video.
Oh, step around it. Easy.
One big thing we really had to work on was her stepping up to the mounting block and parking. She had it down so good at the old barn, but that was a circular plastic mounting block, so she has had to learn with this one now. We worked on it for about 5 minutes before I got on because I wanted her to stand there and wait without just taking off while I'm half on.
Witty! You can't move like that.
I talk to her a lot, and Mysti when I work with them, just because that's who I am. So most of the time I'm just talking to myself, but also kind of just voicing my thoughts out loud.
Oh, and there's a breeze.
So for today, we really worked on one-handed steering. She has gotten so much better with it, and I can consistently do it, but that's why I put up the poles to really work on just going through things, listening to my leg movements and my seat cues, along with just where I want her to go rather than where she wants to go. Did space the poles a bit too close together, so I'll remember that for the future, but she did really good, and I am so proud of her. I'm only going to show a few minutes of this because honestly it's kind of boring. We only trotted for about 30 seconds, and other than that I was just working on steering and practicing with her for moving off of the reins rather than me having to pull her, which you can see in this clip here. I'm having to pull her around the poles.
Witty.
I have also found she has a weird thing against this wall and this spot specifically, so That is something we have worked on since this, but I did not realize it at the time. She wasn't trying to itch. She was upset about something on the wall.
What is going on? Good girl. Nope. I don't like how I have to jerk her around. We're not doing pulls for contesting, we're doing them for steering. So I'd probably do 15 steps instead of 10.
What I meant by the contesting thing was when you are doing pole bending
But she's
for
also pretty
contesting,
long.
you are going so fast
Witty.
and you need to make sharp turns, whereas for her, I just need her to weave and move from the shoulder, kind of learning to start crossing her front legs over each other. Not quite, but a loose turn rather than going at warp speed, doing a tight turn. Because honestly, people who do pole bending are kind of badass. It scares me so much.
Use your corners. Not for the gate. What is with you and gates? Sometimes it's like she's just unfocused. Yeah. And she's allowed to be like that, but it's annoying. You gotta slow down, you're gonna have to think about this. Easy. 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 Witty, that was your own damn fault. Yeah, she bonked me into the fucking thing. That was my leg.
All
You
this
gotta
stuff is
think.
new, so honestly, I'm just glad she didn't ram me into the fence and I
Easy.
just bonked the hook a little bit, but it did scare her, I think.
Easy. Easy. Ooh, good girl.
I was dropping my phone off to safety because I wanted to try trotting a little bit with her because sometimes she goes into a pace, so it takes some effort and learning from me. But I also needed some water because I actually had heat stroke and exhaustion the day before, and I probably should not have been at the barn, but I wanted to be here, so I was here. I'm an adult, and my mom came with me to make sure I would be okay.
Okay. We're going to trot when we get to that corner. and you're gonna be good.
So she was a good girl, and it's not her fault. She was taught to never trot. She had to pace, and it's just a good thing my mom was recording and I had a helmet on. While I didn't fall all the way, I did almost come out of the saddle. So we're working on it. I have gone on a trail ride since, and someone on the trail ride helped me kind of get the hang of it. And let me tell you, it is so much easier now. I also didn't realize how under-muscled she was and how much she needed to build up her muscling until after this I was just like looking at her. And so she's really been strengthened, and we've been doing a conditioning program, so it's going so much better. So this is the first little trot we did. You can see how she kind of just goes towards the inside of the arena. I should have been riding two-handed instead of one-handed, and I think I was also pulling on the reins a little bit, which was causing her to walk. We are still learning pressure and when I'm just applying pressure to collect versus applying pressure to slow down. And at a walk, she is really good, but we need to really work on it at a trot. I'm not going to show the whole trotting because honestly, it's pretty ugly and bouncy. So I'll just show a little bit more of the walking and we'll talk through it. And then the whole trotting and pacing is a totally other video I am working on filming because standardbred retraining can be hard and I am a beginner at this. So it's kind of just like green and green makes black and blue, but we're trying to avoid that. I ended up just going through the poles a few more times, and then we did a lap around of the arena and then one more time through the poles before I stopped her and got off. Honestly, it was such a good ride, and she did learn so much, I feel like, especially with the steering. Trotting, I think at this point we weren't ready for, but now a few weeks later, we are definitely doing a lot better.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, I got my good girl. Okay. Good girl. Come on.
Well, Mom, it kind of isn't good. Kind of not so good.
Kind of on me.
At this point, I also didn't know I had a torn meniscus in my right knee. I just had my meniscus fixed in my left knee, but this was something I recently found out, and it definitely changes how we are training.
I think I'm gonna hose her off out here because then we hopefully won't be attacked by bugs.
I made a whole other video on how I cooled her off on hot days, and she actually even got a full bath on this day, on top of everything else that we do after a ride with her care routine. So definitely check that out. I will have it linked down in the description. And then I feel like I haven't shared a lot with Misty, but she's doing really good. This is actually a video of her in the indoor arena for the first time later that day. She did really good. She was a little scared of the tractor, but wanted to go towards it, so I ended up grabbing the lead rope so that way I could pull her away just in case. We have also been working on her recall coming to me because she is out in the biggest field, and honestly, walking a quarter mile or a half mile to catch her just is not ideal. If you made it to this point, thank you so much for watching, and feel free to subscribe to stay up to date on all of our adventures.